Hey, what's up guys? Angelson here, bringing you a battle replay commentary on Numazawa. My opponent is Scooter, and this was a pretty good battle. I'm rolling a similar setup to what I was using last night as well, but I brought 3 Yari Cav instead of 2 Yari Cav and a Bow Cav for this fight. So, Numazawa, not one of my favorite maps, but it's alright. There's a lot of potential to set up traps and whatnot though. So I will go ahead and put this in slow-mo and go over my army comp. Now I do want to note real quick that I have 2 units of Yari Cav hidden down here that I'm going to maneuver through this strip of forest, and you'll see why. I've got 1 Bow Warrior Monk with 3 Yari Ashigaru. I have 1 Matchlock Warrior Monk. I have 2 Great Guard and a Yari Cav over here. My general is dismounted. And I have 5 Katana Samurai. I'm really liking this build with the 5 Katana Samurai. I mean, yeah, I could bring 5 well-veteran loan swords that are considerably cheaper and considerably stronger, but I'm just trying not to be a noob, so I don't want to have to rely on those, those numbers to win battles. Anyways, and as I said, you see I've got these 2 Yari Cav down here just maneuvering through this forest under hidden cover. My opponent kind of had the same idea I did, which was to start on this side of the map and go, for the hill, push forward, and then skirmish back with my bow. But he had the same idea. And I can't really give you a clear visual on his troops because he does have some of them hidden. You can see he's walking them, he's not running them. But we'll go ahead and let this play out for a little bit so where you can see his actual numbers. So, I had to decide, once I was over here and my opponent was over there, if I wanted to try to push across this little land bridge. And I did catch him maneuvering some of these cav over here as well. Looks like he's got some Great Guard and some Yari Cav coming over here. And luckily I have these 3 Cav units over here. And right here I just stopped so I could reposition my matchlocks because I did have them in hiding. But I know that if I want to cross this land bridge, I need them with my formation. It would be pointless to leave them back here and then try to run them up as a surprise attack because it's just a long, tedious process crossing these things. And as well, my opponent is on medium settings, so unfortunately this is a medium-sized battle. Alright, so when I see that he's not really making a push, he's going to play a little defensively at the start, I decide, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and push across this land bridge, because if you look at my opponent's army, he has a ton of swords. So worst comes to worst, he can't out-skirmish me. We both have the same skirmishing abilities. I have a Bow Warrior Monk, he has one. I have some matchlocks, he has one. So if worst comes to worst and he tries to swamp me, this will effectively funnel his troops, into a tight area to where he can't flank me anyways. And I think my Katana Samurai would perform much better here if he did try to make a rush. But he stops and decides to pull his bows forward for a skirmish. So I decide to go ahead and start advancing my units. I will halt them, adjust my Yari Ashigaru so my spears are actually in loose formation in front of my bows, and then continue my push. And once again, like I said, I'm not really worried if he makes an attack on me down here, because if I could funnel him in here, my Katana Sams will do a lot better. As well, you can see I have these 2 hidden Cav units over here as well. And I know he has some Cav, coming around here. Right now I'm just trying to protect my flank, and if he does try to rush through this land bridge, his Cav will be so slow they really won't be effective. I'll be able to respond with, all my spears and my Cav. So here you can see I stopped to actually reposition my troops so I could put my Yari Ashigaru in front. And then once I get the formation situated, I will go ahead and start advancing them again. Like I said, I'm not too worried about being in this water. And I'm trying to play it safe with these Cav back here. I don't want to bust them out too early and try to get in a sneak attack. And really my goal is to draw all of his spears forward so these guys will be a lot more effective. And over here I'm maneuvering my Yari Cav so I can catch his Cav. Now I did get a little caught up in my Cav micro. I was not paying attention. I was paying attention over here. I see he's targeting my Yari Ashigaru, so I decided to go ahead and put my Bow Warrior Monks on him now. But he did catch my Yari Cav, and it looked like an even charge bonus, even though I didn't initiate a charge. But I quickly bring my Great Guard to come around and start working on his Yari Cav and his 1 Great Guard. For some reason, another player that uses a Shogun Emissary and only brings 1 Great Guard. And you can see I got a massive charge bonus on that one. Pretty much routed his unit after impact. So I'm definitely going to win this cav fight over here because it's just 3 Yari cavs, or yeah, 2 Yari cavs fighting, plus I still have my Grey Guard, which have quite a few troops left. So over here, we're back in the skirmish, and he gets smart and decides to start targeting my bow warrior monks. So at this point in the battle, I was like, you know, it's pointless. By the time, you know, we're done skirmishing with bows, you know, his matchlocks are going to tear me up anyways, so I decided to go ahead and start targeting his matchlocks with my archers. At the same time, you know, I'm going to win this cav battle over here, so I'll be able to bring my cav over here to interfere and, you know, hopefully take out some of these matchlocks. I'm not too worried about losing my cav either. And here's what I was talking about. My opponent starts to bring all of his spears forward, and I'm getting really antsy at this point. I'm like, okay, need to make an attack, need to make an attack. So I decide to maneuver my bow warrior monks back a little bit out of his, you know, it's probably rapid volley and extended range. That way, yeah, it is. So it's 150 range right now. So that way, you know, I can get off a few more shots and start taking out his matchlocks. And I decided to maneuver my cav around. Now this is a tough maneuver to pull off because he has his spear spread so wide. And I know I'm going to lose these guys. And over here, I bring my Yari cav in to just charge his general. Charges are amazing, you know, with these small unit sizes, because you get in a good charge and, you know, like you saw over there with the Grey Guard, it's practically going to rout the unit. So now I've got my Grey Guard hitting him over here, and I take out his general, and now he's just running straight into my other cav with the rest of his matchlocks. So I'm going to lose this cav. You know, I'm not really worried. And I decided at this point to go ahead and make my push. Now I tried to hit rally on my troops, and I accidentally put my general on last stand. So I was a little worried at this point. I needed to hurry up and get my general out of last stand, or stand and fight as I was, sorry. And then run him back up there so I could catch him up with my troops and start taking him out. And you can see all he has here are a bunch of lone swords. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 lone swords. So that's definitely a definition of a lone spam army. And, you know, they'll testify that it's a balanced build because, you know, they can afford to bring cav and archers and everything else, but it's a BS build in my opinion. And I still have my bow warrior monks, you know, working on these matchlocks, trying to grind them down. But I don't perceive them as a huge threat now. And my 5 katana samurais can easily, you know, manhandle these lone swords. So I do got my matchlocks in place, and I'm actually targeting his matchlocks with mine, just so I can hurry up and kill them. And I finally get my general caught up. I realize I don't need these Yari Ashigaru back here to protect my rear. So I decided to go ahead and push them forward just so I could bolster my lines. And for some reason he uses whistling arrows, which is such a defeated purpose because, I mean, it's going to nerf all of his troops as well. So even though these lone swords, you know, did hit pretty hard and I'm getting shot up by matchlocks, I do manage to get rid of his matchlocks, and he's trying to reinforce with more lone swords now. And I'm actually trying to maneuver this Yari Ashigaru just around his flank so I can get some morale penalties. And it's a pretty quick cleanup after this. I'm going to switch my matchlocks to take out what's left of his general's bodyguard. His general is dead though. It's just the bodyguard unit there. And quickly circle, envelop him with all my troops, and that is practically the game. So definitely not bad. Nice little surprise attack I managed to get off with my cav over there. And I certainly hope you guys enjoyed this fight. I will go ahead and show you the stats. Alright, so here's the results for that battle. You can see I deployed 1,030 units with 588 losses, 898 kills. My opponent deployed 1,350 units. And it was a medium-sized battle, but hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll go ahead and show you the kill counts real quick. Yeah, my Katana Samurai, 140 with only 28 losses, not bad. Followed by a Grey Guard unit and another Katana Sam. So take it easy, and I'll see you next time.
Oh,